The Lincoln get a bun and make the Hamilton for the gas tank. Don't put it in the Jacksons in the Grants for the liquor get wasted. But when it comes to stacking paper, Franklin be my favorite. Franklin be my favorite. Franklin be my favorite. When it comes to stacking paper, yeah, the Franklin be my favorite. Franklin be my favorite. Franklin be my favorite. When it comes to stacking paper, yeah, the Franklin be my favorite. Franklin be my favorite.
And I ain't talking Roosevelt. No. Washington by all my blacks. Lincoln by my chicken. Got a Hamilton just coming twos when I break my Jackson up. Never turn my back on bills. Pray they got you know I trust. Getting money, got relations. Cause I put my money up. Getting freaky with my money. Put my money in the food. I green be my wing man. Like to go to strip clubs. Georgie like to run too much. But who am I to judge? Hamilton don't get them bills. Lincoln, you just hit the bar. I'm coming back for more. So wait, don't take your ass far. Yeah, you going for the kill. Make that ass take off tomorrow. Grand on real them fishes in. Then you get them in the car.
Throwing up the Washingtons, the Lincoln get a bun and make the Hamilton for the gas tank. Don't put it in the Jacksons in the Grants for the liquor get wasted. But when it comes to stacking paper, Franklin be my favorite. Franklin be my favorite. Franklin be my favorite. When it comes to stacking paper,
on James, on James. Y'all make y'all way to that like button and that sub button. Don't go to the action shortly.
Just stop. Never.
It's a hit out on the money. 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 It's a hit out on the money.
It's a hit out on the money. Ain't trying to be funny. I want a coupe that's already running. I don't want no old school with nothing but one of them. No, not rim, but a Chevy 400 on the dash. Boys really fast. Gonna really hit me before you see me coming. Yeah, I'm really stunting a well-known black. My trunk see me booming like Gucci's in the back. It's a hit out on the money and it knows I'm coming. I kill guys for putting eyes on my money. I'm so hungry I can hear you when you count it. Find your ass dropped off a stone mountain.
It's a hit out on the money. 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 It's a hit out on the money.
What the fuck is a recession? Ain't no stopping my business. I'm taking all the money and they leave it now with. Now I'm trying to get richer than the Wayne and Fid, yo. Running back and forth, you would think I'm playing 10. If my plan ain't working, now they go to LA. Getting up my money, I will Bill Gates. Yes, I want big paper and my music be the 10, yo. Shooting to the top, black and lucky, ride with. And we never switch sides, that's like a bumper beer Republican. You try to EA Kings and you never see the sun again. I'm done with giving warnings, that'll be my last time. Treat you like the first grade, don't be stepping out of line.
It's a hit out on the money. It's a hit out on the money. It's a hit out on the money. It's a hit out on the money.
Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, hit that sub button. Gonna get to the action real soon. Bye.
She like the party harder cause she look out for her man. She like the party hard and she like the shake that ass. She like the party harder cause she do it for her fans. She like the party hard and she looking for the cash.
to the crib just to see what you gon' do. Got a quarter of that kush and a bottle of that goose. Purpose say you got some friends, gon' call them over too, so we can party all night long. And I hope you don't mind, but the camera will be on. Flash when I put it out. You know I had to stick working this pussy. You can call me Jack the Rip. Jack the Rip.
She like the party hard because she look out for her man. She like the party hard and she like to shake that ass. She like the party hard because she do it for her fans. She like the party hard and she looking for the can. Take it out 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 for the can. She like the party hard because she look out for her man. She like the party hard and she like to shake that ass.
She like to party hard, man. This girl be doing handstand. Catch her in the back, she be freaking up the whole band. See her at the club, sweating out her weed. Man, no matter what you say or do, this girl just ain't leaving. The other freaks are mad, feeling left out in this tree. If you want my attention, drop and give me 20. The ratio of party girlfriend stuck up busted bitches. Always one in every group, say hi to all them niggas. Fill them up with confidence, that he and all that rim. Take them up to VIP, my own Magic City. Gotta use my black flag, the white sweat off her titties. Get it all on tape so I can watch it on the 50.
She like the party hard because she look out for her man. She like the party hard and she like to shake that ass. She like the party hard because she do it for her fans. She like the party hard and she looking for the can. Take it out 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 for the can. She like the party hard because she look out for her man. She like the party hard. She like the
Home team. What's happening? Home team. It's your boy Blakberry Lorex. Welcome to another session of Let's Be Clear. We're bringing back the show that started it all with the Let's Be Clear saga. We coming off of some breaking news that came across the wire last night, Tuesday evening. Raheem Morris announced it that Michael Penix Jr. is going to be the starter for the Atlanta Falcons beginning this week, going into a home game against the 2 and 11 or 2 and 12 New York Giants football team. Hey y'all, the world has been caught off guard. Why? I don't know. Your boy Blakberry saw this coming before the season even began. I saw this coming before we drafted picks. I saw this coming when we signed Kirk Cousins, going into 13 seasons of statuesque quarterback coming off of a torn Achilles, which is probably the worst injury, arguably, you can get outside of breaking your neck in a sport. And even wrestlers have came back from broken necks. The torn Achilles is very difficult to come back from, especially when you're a statue of a quarterback in the first place, and you're not really that accustomed to even using the damn Achilles that damn much, other than stepping into throws and being able to step side to side laterally to evade pressure from a defense. Other than that, he wasn't doing a whole lot with the damn Achilles tendon in the first damn place. So it's not like it was that strong of a body part for him anyway. And also, 35 years old when he signed. 36 years old today. So, listen, guys, I saw this coming a long time ago. The world is caught off guard. I'm listening to fan reactions. Fans are excited. Atlanta Falcon fans, they're very excited to finally see Penix getting started. And this is mostly because of ever since week 9, after week 9 when we were 6-3, and Kirk Cousins was looking like he was finally getting back into form, and it looked like modern medicine had did its job. Everybody was excited. Everybody had high hopes, and Kirk Cousins was doing the crab walk version of the swag surf, and he was kicking in doors, or kicking in trap doors, and taking over traps, and all this fuck shit that everybody was trying to give him culturally for the Atlanta fan base. And you gave him gold chains, you gave him gold teeth, you gave him a big ass A hat. You did all kind of shit for the man, giving him all kind of cultural acceptance, and you welcomed him in with open arms. And it looked like that all of those distractions were going to get us through the NFC South and into the playoffs. But then something happened. Kirk Cousins finally got acquainted with the offense, almost accustomed. But he finally got acquainted with the offense, and the distractions around him started to die down. And reality hit. This thing's getting sore. It's getting more sore every game. And there's a young bull on the bench who's a first round draft pick. He was a top 10 draft pick quarterback. I got to play perfect. I got to be perfect. I got to make throws. I got to show these people I can still make the throws I was making in Minnesota. I got to show these people that I can still fit it into double coverages and triple coverages. Check down, the hell with a check down. I'm finna throw this thing in between 3 defenders. Underneath routes, the hell with underneath. I want the big shot. I gotta prove to these people I'm still the man. I know this playbook now. I know my personnel. I know no excuses. It's time for me to put the world on notice. I'm Kirk motherfucking Cousins. I'm not gonna need the young boy for another 2 years. Well, reality, Kirk Cousins, is that your ass is old. That's the reality. The reality. You can't throw off of that. You can't step into these throws. You're psychologically defeated. And there is no more opportunity to be given for fucking up when these Falcons still have opportunity to make it into the playoffs and win this division. It's time to get a young buck a chance. Michael Penix Jr. is now the QB1 for the Atlanta Falcons. And the world is shocked. The Atlanta Falcon fan base, not so much. They've been asking for it for weeks now. Not so much the Atlanta Falcons fan base. Not so much most fan bases. But when I listen to national media and I see the mixed reactions, how could you not see Kirk Cousins after performing the way he's been performing the last 5 weeks? How could you not give Michael Penix, your first round draft pick, an opportunity to show that he can pick up the reins and carry this team on into the rest of the season and possibly get playoff spot. And then there's the, oh, this is stupid. This was stupid. This was a stupid decision by the Falcons. You're paying Kirk Cousins all this money. You're paying him You're gonna have to pay him $90 million guaranteed if you don't cut him next year. You're gonna have to pay him another. You just paid him 67. You're going 62. You're gonna have to pay him another 27 next year guaranteed. And then you're gonna have to pay him another 10 on top of that. And then if you don't, you're paying him all this money and you're gonna sell him. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Every single person that's been rambling off at the ass that Kirk Cousins is getting paid too much money to be benched, who gives a fuck? The only people should give a damn is Arthur Blank and Arthur Blank Jr. Them the only people should give a damn. And the shareholders for the Atlanta Falcons. Everybody else should not give a fuck. The NFL is a billionaire's game, folks. It's a billionaire's game. I came up with a quote a couple days ago, and I want to put this out there. And I know a lot of people don't steal my shit. But I think this applies to every single aspect of football, including the business side of the NFL. Football is always never that complicated. End quote. Football is always never that complicated, people. But because this is a billionaire's game, the NFL, everybody wants to watch what's, they want to count people's pockets. You want to count people's wallets. You want to count people's money. You want to do that because it gives you some sense of control over a situation that has literally absolutely nothing to do with your monkey ass. If the Atlanta Falcons want to be dumb enough to pay Kirk Cousins $90 million to play 14 games and then go to sit on the bench, then that's their prerogative. That's their prerogative. But you know the aspect of football that a lot of people don't take into account when they're talking about the money side of things and how much somebody gets paid. You forget about that little element called the draft, or that little element called the undrafted free agents. Terry Faulkner, he needs to be plastered across every single headline that reads Falcons make Michael Penix Jr. quarterback 1. He needs to be plastered across those headlines along with that. His name needs to follow it per Terry Faulkner, because you only make a move like this when you're paying a quarterback this much money to play this few games. You only make this decision if you have the utmost trust in your general manager to rectify the situation. How do you say, Blakberry, do he rectify the situation? Well, you got to trust in one, his ability to find talent, his ability to find diamonds in the rough in the draft and in the undrafted pool, and in the undrafted and free agent pool. You have to have trust in him to be able to do that. Secondly, you have to trust that he's going to be able to get the contracts in order, so that if you pay Kirk Cousins the rest of this money, if you do end up having to pay him the rest of this money, You know how to get these contracts in order to where they are still team friendly and you can still get guys to stick around for a little less that are important to the team's development. The third thing you have to be able to trust that your GM is able to do is be able to talk that good shit to other general managers across the league. Convince somebody into taking on the rest of that contract. Convince somebody to taking on at least a portion of that contract where you don't get hit with it all and you take a smaller fraction of the hit than you would have taken if you would have keep Kirk Cousins. So this is the trust that you put into a general manager. And not only that, you also got to trust him to make the tough decision if he has to cut Kirk Cousins and eat a lot of dead cap. But if he cuts him, at least he saves a portion. He saves about $65 million that he would have had to pay Kirk Cousins in the first place. So you're trusting that he's going to, if he has to make that tough choice, if he has to eat a little crow and maybe burn a bridge with Kirk Cousins, which I don't think franchises are too necessarily concerned with when it comes to burning a bridge with a player. That's like Home Depot burning a bridge with the guy that's low tier maintenance crew. I don't think they give a damn about burning the bridge with players, but it's still a tough decision at least because you don't want to gain a reputation around the league of being a team that doesn't care about players and care about just the face value that you keep with players. So your general manager has to be the one that's trusted with the fallout of making a decision like this. You got to trust his ability to bring in the right talent for the scheme. You got to trust in his ability to make deals across the NFL, and you got to trust in his ability to get the contracts in order and make them team friendly even after the fact, to keep necessary pieces around for core development. So this is obviously a Terry Fontenot decision. Not saying that he made the decision. I don't think it came from him. I think this came from Raheem Morris finally letting his nuts drop and going to Arthur Blank and saying, we got to play the young boy. Or vice versa. Or Arthur Blank going to Raheem Morris and saying, hey, I'm going to take the vice grip off your nuts and I'm going to let you make the decision to play Penix. Do I like paying this man all this money just to sit there and watch somebody else play football? No, I do not. No, I do not like that decision, but it is what it is. We trying to win. This team is ready. Our quarterback has been our main culprit for why we are not in full control of our own destiny to make these playoffs. This has to be done. The decision has to be made. What are you going to do? And Raheem Morris respectfully said, about fucking time you take the goddamn vice grip off my nuts and let me do what the fuck I need to do. It's a couple different ways this could have occurred. But we know now that the Atlanta Falcons' intentions are to win now, to compete now and later. Not just compete later, but compete now. I think that's been the question that has been on a lot of people's tongue. Ever since the beginning of this, when they drafted Michael Penix after signing Kirk Cousins to so much guaranteed money. Are the Falcons trying to win now or later? And I think if you look at the way that the contract is designed, how top heavy it is for Kirk Cousins, and if you look at the drafting of Michael Penix, it's quite clear that they want to win now and later. The plan was for Kirk Cousins to come in here and to give us 2 good years of solid production and competitiveness. Well, we can compete for a championship. We could possibly win a championship. You got the team already put together. You just needed competent quarterback play. That's what everybody was saying last year. That's what everybody was saying. Everybody recognized it. But because the quarterback play was so porous, they moved us to the side when it came to relevant talking, relevant talking points and conversations to be had when it came to the NFL. But now we see that this team is ready. The defense is ready. Once they made the adjustments that they needed to make after the bye week, this team is ready. Defense, special teams, they always got their shit together outside of Coons. Clearly lost the step or is too injured to be doing this, but they don't have anybody else to go to. But I still would go to him in the clutch. If I need a game-winning field goal, I'm still going to him. So special teams is there. You have one of the best offensive lines in football. You have the best. You have one of the 2 best backfield duos in football. You have a damn good receiving core with Drake London and Darnell Mooney and Ray McLeod, and guys like I don't know why every time I get ready to talk about number 12, I can't get his goddamn name out. But number 12. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna get him there out in a second. God damn it! But you have a comparable receiving group. You got a tight end who he can on any given day he can sneak up on a defense and kill them. You just need your quarterback to be smarter with the football and to be more precise and accurate with football. That's what's been hurting us the past 5 weeks. Now, this week on Monday Night Football, we were able to get past the Las Vegas Raiders, but we're still on the edge of our seats because we couldn't throw for a first down when we needed to in the fourth quarter. You can't solely rely on the run game. You have to be able to throw the ball. And we couldn't pick up first downs. And it kept giving the Raiders an opportunity to keep the game close and to be able to get a comeback win. And luckily, the defense showed up when they needed to. So the quarterback play has been hindering the Falcons for quite some time now this season for the last 5 weeks. For the last 6 weeks, they've been hindering. The quarterback play has been hindering the Falcons, handcuffing the Falcons from reaching that potential that they could be in the NFC as a top-seeded team. But now, with all of the criticism about drafting a quarterback in the first round, after signing a quarterback for $100 million guaranteed dollars, for all of the people that questioned it, criticized it, and ridiculed it, Falcons look like now, hindsight, it not only was preparing them for the future, but it was also preparing them for a fail-safe. The fail-safe of knowing that you have a 13-year quarterback who is statuesque, coming off of a torn Achilles. As wonderful as modern medicine is, more than likely he's not going to come back the same. And it looked like he was coming back to form until the body starts to turn its back on the mind. And the mind gets confused. And that's a bad thing for a quarterback, especially at that level, at that age. So, for all of the people that's in national media that's so this was such a stupid damn thing the Falcons did. Yeah, we know that. But why do you give a fuck? We can say it was stupid, and then we can say, thankfully, like the Pink Panther, you got a way out. Pink Panther always did stupid shit. But Pink Panther always had a way out. As long as they give themselves an out. Well, sometimes when we do something stupid, it ends up being something that really benefits us. It ends up being something that is so beneficial to your end goal that the stupidity that it exudes when you did it eventually becomes forgotten. Until many years later, when everybody's talking about how you got to where you are now, how you get to being the dynasty that you have become. Well, it all started with them doing the dumbest thing that we've ever seen a team do ever in the history of ever at the quarterback position. And they gave a guy a $180 million contract, told him 100 of it was guaranteed, and they paid him 90 of it in his first 2 seasons. That's where it started. And then they drafted a quarterback in the first round the same offseason. But here we are, a couple championships later, still one of the best teams in the NFC, still a contender a decade later, still with the same quarterback that they drafted in that offseason, the same season that they signed a quarterback for $100 million guaranteed. Guess what? 10 years from now, $100 million guaranteed. We're going to be hoping that you get a quarterback for that cheap 10 years from now. Because that's the way the market works in the NFL. And for everybody that was questioning it, everybody that had an issue with it, and everybody that has an issue with it, what the results are now, with the sitting of the $100 million guaranteed quarterback and the starting of the first round draft pick, take it up with the board. Because at the end of the day, it's a billionaire's game. And only the billionaires should give a fuck. Michael Penix is quarterback one now for the Atlanta Falcons. It should have happened a long time ago. Long time ago, meaning a few games ago. The Falcons now have given us the answers we've been looking for with this decision. Are they trying to win now or later? I think clearly they're trying to win now and later. Do they trust the young bull? They clearly trust him. Hell, they need to answer the questions about who's really calling these shots. Obviously, it's coming from upper management, and it's not coming from your head coach. If I'm off the blank, I'm like, hell, you goddamn straight I'm calling this shot. I'm paying this some bitch $90 million these next 2 seasons. He need to get it right. But on the other hand, I'm 80-some years old. I need to see victory before I'm laid to rest. I got money. I've had money. I've spent more money than that $90 million. I've spent more than that on the grandkids in a weekend. I want gold. I want banners in this state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Call the damn shot, Raheem Morris. I promise you, I won't clip your nuts for it. This been your boy, Blakberry Lorex. Catch me on the flip side on TV.